Welcome back. Well, in this news business, we can't often brag about the impact of our stories a quarter century later, after they air. But you know what? 3 of our KSL colleagues can now see how their award-winning work a long time ago inspired one of their sons to bring hope and change and new smiles to children 7,000 miles away.
How awesome is that? Science and nature specialist John Hollenhorst, who put together this KSL Plus extended version of a story we showed you earlier this week. The story of a father and son and hundreds of transformed lives.
Anticipation is building at a hospital inside communist China.
If you have a long memory, perhaps this scene resides in a corner of your mind.
This day holds great hope for hundreds of children.
That's former KSL reporter Jane Clayson in 1995 in China, telling us about a mission of mercy. Operation Smile, doctors and nurses using their surgical skills to transform the lives of kids born with cleft lips and cleft palates.
You take the beast and you make them the beauty. You know, you take the outcast and you make them a member of society.
The KSL team that made Faces of Hope in 1995 won a prestigious Edward R. Murrow Award.
Oh my gosh, it's so great to see
you. It's great to see.
Decades later, Jane Clayson reunited at KSL with video editor Bob Brown and photographer George Greiner to talk about it.
Story-wise, it was an incredible story of hope.
Now Jane Clayson Johnson, she remembers it as one of the most meaningful and inspiring stories of her journalism career.
It inspired me. It inspired me, there's no question about it.
For photographer George Greiner, that trip with Clayson still reverberates in his family a full generation later.
Well, I remember when we were in China and George turned to me and he said, "Gosh, this would be a great experience for my son." And I said, "I think it would be."
After returning from China in 1995, George showed the documentary to his son.
I told my son Devin, I said, why don't we start a club in your high school? He was at Skyline High School at the time.
With his brothers, Devin Greiner started an Operation Smile support group.
Well, I don't know what their goal was, but they ended up raising 1,000,000 pennies.
And then Operation Smile invited young Devin to go on a surgical mission to Vietnam as a student volunteer.
To this day, I'll never forget, I picked him up at the airport.
And he returned to Utah with a new purpose in life.
And he sat his bags down and tears came to his eyes. And he gave you one of those looks that, you know, and he said, "Dad," he said, "this is what I want to do."
What he wanted to do was go to medical school and to help kids in less advantaged countries. Which brings us now to 2019 and a new mission to Vietnam.
So today is the screening day.
We'll once again join hands together to bring many more life-changing smiles for our little angels.
And guess who's there as part of the Operation Smile team?
Okay, how old is she? It's maybe 16.
Dr. Devin Greiner.
So she just needs to have bone graft now, anytime when...
Now he's a plastic surgeon specializing in exactly what Operation Smile does.
It's exactly what I planned, yet it still amazes me.
Still remembering the impact of his dad's documentary 1,000,000 years ago.
Being able to see what could be done in such a short period of time and the emotion and the effect it was going to have for that child that you could see in the family and everybody else, you literally could change a life in a matter of minutes. And it made me decide that that's what I wanted to do.
And now he's not just watching, he's doing.
It feels so exciting to be on that end of the table now that I'm actually able to perform these surgeries and help change these kids' lives, and that still kind of baffles me. I still kind of think I'm this 16-year-old kid in high school, but here I am doing what I dreamed of doing. I won't lie, I woke up this morning, had a little butterflies in my stomach. I was a little nervous about it, but showing up, just got back to work, and it's like any day in the OR for me now. Here it is, the end of the day, and we did 5 cases, and we got some cleft lips done, some cleft palates done, and a lot of happy families. I almost do it because I have to. When you've seen how most of the world lives and you've witnessed that first experience, how do you function every day and not think, how am I going to help those people? How can you go about your daily life without thinking of those people every day? And so I do this because I feel it's the right thing to do, but I feel I have to.
Surgeons meet with parents before surgery.
I will take care of him like he's my own.
And the parents often convey their hopes through translators.
After surgery, she hopes her son has a good future, happier, and the life becomes changing after the surgery.
I can't imagine what it's like for these parents. I can't imagine what it would be like to hand your baby over to foreign doctors that can't even speak your language, hoping and praying that it comes back to you fixed.
After it's all over, the surgeon gets to reward parents.
We're all done. Everything went great.
With news they were hoping to hear.
He's going to be very swollen and his nose is going to be swollen shut.
This mom's hope of a better future for her baby seems well justified and worthy of a hug for the surgeon. The truth is, there are huge rewards for the medical team as well.
Everybody who went on those service missions, they were transformed. Something happened within them. They could see change in front of them. It happened with me, it happened with George, it happened with all the doctors who were there. It's a remarkable experience to witness.
In all, George's son performed 17 surgeries. The whole team did 89. There's a screening process to select kids who are healthy enough for surgery and need it the most. 109 kids and their families were turned away, at least for now. Every mission by Operation Smile is a reminder that many more kids around the world need help.
You get to go home feeling like you did something. You get to actually feel like you're making a difference in this world and trying to make it better for the other people around you.
I have never seen him do surgery. So that was a real thrill today.
Yes, Dad was there. For Devin's first Operation Smile mission as a surgeon, a proud father went along to watch his son in action and to shoot video for KSL one more time.
It's about a 45-minute surgery, and it makes him normal. And, you know, you couldn't, that's a magic wand.
He's here with me on this trip, and for him to give me a hug this morning and say good luck, everything came full circle.
A father documenting a son, changing lives one face at a time. John Hollenhorst, KSL 5 News.
Wow, John, thank you.
That is awesome.
Just came full circle.
That twist
there.
at the end, to see both of them there together. How
Father
cool.
and son, very neat. And we've actually posted a link to that 1995 documentary, Faces of Hope, with this story, as well as more information on Operation Smile on our website, ksltv.com.